Hey yo, what's going on everybody? Connor Unchained bringing you guys another video. This is going to be micro cap updates, a little bit of a market update here. You know, we got a bunch of coins that have been absolutely flying over the last few days, even maybe 3 days. A lot of crypto gaming has popped off. Crypto gaming itself has mooned like crazy. Mainly, I want to talk about TI right now, which this is Titanium 22. This is a coin that I cover a lot. You know, this is in the crypto gaming sector itself. You know, this has had a moonshot. It's had a beautiful run. You know, I made a video, multiple videos talking about it down here. You know, it's done fairly well. Has a beautiful fucking moonshot right now. I love it. This is what I love to see. But we're just going to go through a few altcoins that, you know, I talk about on the channel that I have, that I don't have. Just a bunch that have performed well, some that, you know, have come down to dips. And just going to give you guys a little bit of an update on some coins. So the first one, like I said, Titanium had a beautiful run, I'm not going to lie. So another one that had a good run was FXI, or FX1, which I've talked about before. I'm pretty sure it's still on the move. Yeah, it is. It is still pushing, bro. So FX1, this happened, yeah, maybe, what, a week and a half ago? You know, I missed this one. I've talked about it before. This one had a great push to the upside, and it looks like it's continuing to. Because they are actually on, if you guys are familiar with Hello Labs, you know, they actually have a literal crypto TV show. And FX1 is one of the projects that's gonna be on the show. I don't even know if it's come out yet or if it just came out. But this is gonna be a huge factor into why this coin is gonna do so well this coming bull run. You know, this project is gonna be exposed to half of the entire crypto industry, if it already hasn't. But yeah, like we were looking at it down here. You know, this was, to me, I did not feel like it was the time to buy because I wanted to see at least a little bit of movement to the upside to show that this could be a potential bottom, which I guess you could have saw it here at the floor. But yeah, that one to me just did not look like it was the time to enter, but you know, a lot of times this kind of happens with crypto, you know. Let me see, we got another one too. You know, I just talked about it. Let's see, what was the next coin there's one more coin that had a beautiful rip. I think it was Soil. Yeah, so this is completely wrong. So Soil here went from, you know, when I first covered it on my channel, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys saw that RWA video. And if you haven't, go check it out because there's still a lot of good projects that I talked about that haven't really moved as much yet. And some of them have, but I covered Soil. I got in literally right here. DCA'd a little bit down there. And from there, you know, it's had a nice push to the upside. But new projects like this, bro, I do not expect them to just pull these moves like that out of nowhere. You know, I'm pretty sure some people started talking about them. The narrative picked up for it because this is a brand new project, and this one focuses on, you know, providing just real actual yields, like stablecoin yields, to just to anybody that really needs yields, anyone that wants exposure in the crypto market. You know, if there's institutions that are coming in, like they're based off real world assets that are actually backing these stable coins. And that's kind of why I'm so bullish on this specifically. Because a lot of institutions coming in, like, they're going to be looking for very safe, like more safe plays. And if they can get, you know, an actual stablecoin yield that's way better than a bank, in which they can safely put their money in and know that it's backed by something legit and not just, you know, digital coins and promises that a lot of these, you know, other people make, other projects, other exchanges. You know, I think this has a huge potential over the next, year and a half in this bull run. Because especially too, once we're near the top, at the top of this market, I would honestly expect this to fly, because if they are providing a ton of stablecoin yields, a lot of people are going to be looking for that next project that can provide good yields, you know, almost like the whatever BlockFi, Celsius. You know, when people are cashing out into stables, you know, where are they going to put their money? No one's going to put them into these, you know, these other projects that just have crazy yields, because everyone knows what happened to the last ones. And if you find a project like Soil that really states about how legit their stuff's going to be, you know, I can expect so many people, especially institutions, to be potentially looking into a project like this. You know, I think in the long term, there's so much, there's so many bullish factors that I see with this. But yeah, Soil has had a nice run. I expect a pullback before it, you know, would continue. But I want to talk about a couple coins now that are at huge dips / buy opportunities. You know, and I've talked about this in my Discord, which is private. I'm working on a public Telegram, but for right now, I'm still focusing mainly on Discord, and I post all my stuff in there, all my charts, like new projects, new gems I'm looking at, new analysis. You know, this is kind of the stuff that I talk about, just, you know, getting these entries, where to get in, where I'm getting in. And again, if you guys are interested, just check out the Patreon. You know, it's like if you guys just get in one of these coins, bro, you know, you don't have to worry about anything. Like I swear, like the gains that we're making it's been phenomenal. Like I'm so happy to see everyone like actually making really good returns from some of my calls, you know? Like that means more to me than anything, honestly. So what was the last coin I was going to talk about? You know what? It was on BRC20.io. This one is actually a BRC20 coin. So this one, if you guys follow me on Twitter, actually, so I've been talking about this one on Twitter like heavily over the last couple of days. Of course, the chart is just wick. It makes it look like crap down here, but so, you know, I talked about it. I talked about it in my Discord specifically. Like we got in around 800K to 1 million, just under that, and it's at 6 million up in the last like couple of days. You know, so it's had like a great run. When what Ghosty is it's one of the first. I don't think it's the first, but it's one of the first, and in my opinion, the top literal DEX in which you can swap BRC20 coins for coins on any other chain. You know, it's limited as far as certain chains right now, but it's because it's still a fairly new project. They're going to be integrating so much. You know, I'm very bullish on it, and it's an anonymous DEX that uses, you know, a lot of backend. I don't know if it's APIs or just certain things from Monero, which if you guys are familiar with Monero, it's like anonymous, like private blockchain. I can't even talk today. But yeah, Ghosty this is a power move in BRC20s. It's one of the top utility plays, I think, that I've seen coming from BRC20s. Because with BRC20s too, in my opinion, you know, this is almost like, I feel like it's like looking into DeFi, like again, whatever, in like 2020 or even earlier. Because a lot of these projects, like the utilities that you're going to see are going to be, you know, they're going to be done before on other chains. But when it comes to being on top of actual Bitcoin, which is what BRC20 coins are, it's like we're going to see basically a brand new rendition of a lot of projects that have already, or a lot of use cases that have already been done, but they're going to get a lot of hype because they're going to be some of the first that are doing this on top of Bitcoin, which, you know, there's so many DEXs out there. But, you know, how many DEXs are actually working and live that integrate BRC20s into other networks? You know, that is why I'm so bullish on Ghosty. And because we're so early with BRC20s as well, like this market cap could easily do a 10x over the next few months. You know, aside from if Bitcoin really takes a nice dump, which I'm going to talk about Bitcoin in another video on where I think it's headed and stuff like that. But, you know, as long as this kind of holds, as long as Bitcoin holds, I'm pretty sure BRC20s are going to just, you know, they're going to stay where they're at, potentially go back up a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure most of the market at this point has had a huge run. There's been so many 3, 5, 10, 20, 30 X's in the market over the last 2 months. Like, I really do personally expect some sort of pullback at some point. Do I think it's going to be a huge pullback anymore? No, I don't think so. I think people that are on the sidelines right now are so waiting to get into the market that most of these dips over the next few months are going to be bought up so quick. Even if Bitcoin, for some reason, does tank 10, 20%, I actually think that's going to be one of the last buy opportunities that anyone has for this coming bull run to actually get allocated into the coins you want. I firmly believe that there's like one more major shot at getting like insane gains. I think half the market, if you look at the charts, are just, up only. Many have not corrected like crazy yet. But let's go back to what I wanted to talk about before, which I want to bring up at least a couple coins that I'm watching, that I'm in, that have actually had nice corrections that I still think can perform insanely well. Again, based on the rest of the market sentiment. Because a lot of these altcoins are not going to just moon if Bitcoin decides to crash or if ETH decides to drop a little bit over the next few days, few weeks. So one of them is LP, and that's not how you spell it. LP, a liquid protocol. Yeah, so this one, I called this out and I talked about it in my Discord and on Twitter, actually. Just from the way that I analyze charts, the way that I enter and exit, bro, this came right into my buy zone. I said pretty much anything under $1 is going to be a great entry. And it's like, the way that I play, like, you're already up. If you got in anywhere around here, you're already up a decent amount, at least 50, I'd say 30, 40, 50, upwards of 60% right now, LP had a nice dip. I don't know what to expect going forward with it. Do I think it's going to do this? No. But I can see it potentially coming back down, making some movements. And again, if Bitcoin continues to push up, then yeah, this is going to go like this. But I expect a little bit of volatility here, potentially more downside and then upside. And, eventually, yes, it will crack because it came down to very low prices. So LP looks great. That one, again, in my opinion, it might dip a little bit. Who knows though? It could not. But I personally always play it more safe. I'd rather wait and miss the boat than to just enter too early and get burned. I feel like a lot of people may not play that game like that. As in, like, if I miss this entry right here, I probably wouldn't be buying right here. And personally, I'm not buying at these levels. But with that being said, if this decides to run to $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 in the next 2 weeks, I personally, that just to my strategy, I usually would not enter that. I would rather wait to see a better entry and then catch that, even if it's on a different project, than to FOMO into something. I just do not like FOMOing into green. I always try to buy on big red days in my entry zones for pretty much any coin. So that's kind of how I'm looking at LP. LP's been moving a lot. And another one is adult here. Adult, it's actually a nice dip right now too. Nice dumper. But adult itself, we got in at the bottom too, and I talked about it. But this had a huge push up, I think I don't know if it was 4 million or higher than that, right around 3 million, 4 million in market cap. It's had a massive correction. I think it's around 70%. Yeah, 60%. But yeah, this has come up, come down. I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. Because I was waiting for an entry to actually DCA a little bit more. It almost came back down. But yeah, adult's still looking good. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see this actually come back down here, fizzle out again, drop a little bit before actually taking off into literally probably like 10 to 15 million market cap move. Probably another 5 to 10x from where it's at. But again, this is something that you guys got to understand with the market. I've talked about it in my I guess just how I read like altcoin charts. Like I've stated in my past video, in my opinion, there's 3 different phases of a coin and when it moves. Phase 1 is usually the hype slash blow off top, or also slash like the launch phase. It's when a project just comes out, it launches, it booms, it is the talk of the fucking town. Everyone you know is talking about this coin, whether it's on social media, around your circle, people, group chats, you know, whatever. It's popping, you know. But from there, that is phase 1. And when a coin is in phase 1, that is a sign to keep it on your radar. It's not a sign to buy because, again, I don't buy green. I wait for dips. I wait for solid entries. And phase 2 is, you know, you can consider it a pullback, but I wait for volume to slow. Which volume right here you can just see. Volume was pretty much dead here, which is kind of what I wait for. You know, these are some of my entries. I got impatient trying to get in. You know, but I just held it because I saw this was kind of where it was going. Because once volume kind of slows like that, unless something major, like majorly bad happens with a project, it's not going to do too much more. You know, because at these levels, there's not going to be a crazy amount of buys or sells. But this is when you get in. And then phase 3 is when it decides to pump. I don't even have a name for phase 3 yet, but phase 2 is like accumulation slash dead volume. Phase 1 is like the hype phase. And phase 3 is the push to the next upside, like new all-time highs. And that's how I read charts. I kind of just went off a tangent there with that, but I mean, yeah, this was just a little micro cap update. Just wanted to show you guys some coins that have performed well. Yeah, some coins that are at pretty solid entries in my opinion. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys. If you guys want to check out the Discord, become part of the I was gonna say the Gem Hunter Alphas. That's my group, Gem Hunter Alpha. If you guys want to join me, hit the link in the bio. I'd love to see you all there. And from there, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.